When you're struggling, if you're struggling, guys, remember there is that reveal section in Clever, right? There's Alex that you get into every day, and then there's reveal. If you get into the reveal side, go into module 4, you will find these extra helps. Your voice should be off. Hey, Michael. So you can use those things to explore those things. There's stuff right here if you need it. You can figure out what you need. Yep, it's there. 0 and undefined slope. So most of you, hopefully all of you, got through your practice on, was it Friday that we last saw each other? On Friday. And some of the slopes might have looked a little weird. And I said, just figure out what the slope is. We'll talk about what it means when we see you again. So here we are, talking about 0 and undefined slopes. So horizontal lines have a slope of what? Good. A rise of 0 would be 0. Regardless of what the run was, you would have 0 over a number. Like if we're looking at 2 points here and here, we're going up 0 and over 2, right? Up 0 and over 4. So horizontal lines have a slope of what? 0. And they go through whatever the y value is. So y would be equal to what here? Count it. 1, 2, 3. So y would be equal to 3. Isn't this whole line, see how it goes on forever? Everywhere where y equals 3, Savannah? Yes. All right. So vertical lines have an what? Undefined slope. Which means, so if I picked any 2 points, if I go up 2, how many am I going over? 0. So this is going to be a number divided by 0. We know that we cannot divide things by 0. That is undefined. Number sign. Number. Like this is 0 divided by a number. This is a number divided by 0. All right. 0 slope. Ready for example 5? We're on 199. Find the slope of the line that passes through this. All right, so we know it's going to be 0, but you need to show your work. Are you ready? They picked 2 points for us. So y2, what's y2? 4 minus y1. What's y1? Also 4. Divided by x2 minus x1. This slope formula is something that we have to know and have memorized and be imprinted on our brains. Remember, your brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets, right? Yes, we can grow it. So x2 is negative 3 minus x1. What's x1? 2. Is everybody understanding where I'm getting y2, y1, and x2, x1 from? They're picking any point. So they're labeling this 2, 4 here as point 1. They're labeling this A as point 2. And they're saying the x value of point 1 is x1, the y value is y1. The x value of point 2 is x2. The y value is y2. Does that make sense? So they are assigning values to these things so we can plug them into our equation for any 2 points. This is our slope formula, which means if we use it, we can find out the slope. Okay? So the slope, what's 4 minus 4? 0. And what's what's negative 3 minus 2? It's getting more negative. Negative 5. 0 divided by anything is simply 0, so the slope of the line is 0. This is a horizontal line. It goes through y equals what? 1, 2, 3. What does y equal always? 4. That would be the equation of that line. We're going to work a lot on writing equations of lines. We're essentially spending all of third marking period on linear equations. Line. Linear line. Fine. There's lots to learn with linear equations, okay? So check. Show your work. We would say x1, y1, x2, y2. Use the slope formula. y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Show your work. Write it out. Take a minute so you know what you're doing. Don't go to sleep. So if our y values are the same, 5 minus 5, we know that's going to be 0. Our rise is 0. Our run between these 2 points, 2 minus a negative 4 is what? 6. So 0. These all go through the y value of what? What is always my y value? Y is always equal to? What is y always equal to? Look at our 2 points. 5. Our y is always equal to 5 in this horizontal line. All right, ready for page 200? Undefined slope. So we're still practicing the slope formula. No. We have y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. See, they picked the point 1, 3 to be our y1 and x1. And this 1, 0 to be our y2 and x2. So the slope of the line is horizontal or vertical? It's undefined, which means it's vertical, which means x is always equal to what? What is x always equal to? Look at both of these points. Oh, it's not 0. It's not 0. Guys, look at what x is equal to in the 2 points we're using. 1. X is always equal to 1. So, where the equation for the other was y equal, now our equation is x equal. Looking, sorry. Yikes. All right. Try this. Which of the following represents the slope of the line that passes through L and M? You can see right away your x values don't change. So show your work. 8 minus 3 divided by negative 2 minus a negative 2. Switch, switch. Good. So 5 divided by 0 is undefined. Who can tell me what the equation of this line is? What does x always equal in this line? Look what x equals in the 2 points. So x equals what? Excellent. All right, let's apply a little bit here. We're looking at income. Wesley and Jane both earned money mowing lawns in the summer and wanted to keep track of their earnings. Wesley tracked his earnings with a graph, while Jane tracked her earnings with a table. Who's earning money at a faster rate? So, do you want to put Wesley's into a table to compare it, or do you want to graph Jane's? We can add Jane right to this graph, right? So this is the point 464. So at 4 lawns mowed, she is up to 64. So I'm going to say like halfway here-ish. I don't know. Not quite. At 6, she's at 96. And at 8, she's at 128. So that's probably way up here. So we're trying to figure out how much more per lawn. I'm looking for a pointer or some sort of straightedge. So we're assuming she starts at 0, right? She doesn't make any if she doesn't do anything. So does the graph help us figure out how much more? Well, if we know the points, so this point was what? 464? And this point was 496. So for 4, Wesley's making 96. For 4, Jane's making 64. So who's earning more? Wesley is earning at a faster rate. And how much more per lawn? So what do we have to figure out? We have to figure out the unit rate per lawn, per 1 lawn. This is per 4 lawns. Remember that per we use in place of a slash, which also means division, right? So if this is $96 per 4 lawns, what are we doing with 96 and 4? Divided. So 96 divided by 4. 4 goes into 9 twice. So 24. Remainder of 16, so 24, right? So Wesley is $24 per lawn. And Jane, she makes 64 per 4 lawns. So what's 64 divided by 4? 16. So Jane's making $16 per lawn. Hooray. How much more per lawn does Wesley earn? What is 24 minus 16? You should know right away. Those are both multiples of 8. So Wesley makes $8 more per lawn. I don't know, or maybe he mows bigger lawns. Because they're not getting paid per hour. Just a skill issue. He just does a nice, better job, or what? All right. So now, are you ready to check? Check, check, check. Lisa and Greg, we're comparing the gas mileage, guys. Lisa recorded her gas mileage in a table while Greg recorded his gas mileage on a graph. Assume the points lie on a line. Whose car gets better gas mileage? So again, you need to find the unit right. They're not asking how much more this time. This one is not as involved as the last one. We just have to figure out what their unit rate is, which one's bigger. Is it Greg or is it who's in the table? Lisa. This is Lisa.
Lisa's better.
Lisa's table was not labeled. All right, check those real quick. We're just dividing. Your y divided by your x.
Lisa's better.
When it starts at 0, your y divided by your x is your slope.
Maria.
The constant rate. That's what our slope is. Yep. So this point is 6,150. So 150 miles divided by 6 gallons. What was Lisa's mileage? What's her MPG? Miles per gallon. Maybe like 11. So 4 goes into 10 twice. 24 is 6. So 26 miles per gallon. Oh shoot. That changes things. That does make it 27. 150 divided by 6. 6 goes into 15 twice. 30, so 25 miles per gallon. So Lisa would be your answer. You should show your work. Well, yes, if it asks you how much more miles per gallon does she get, you would say 27 minus 20. Thanks for letting me know. All right, so this page should pretty much be done. I think these two were your 0 and undefined slope. So if you haven't done 1 through 6, you're going to need to go back and do that. You can try 7, but today I would like you to try page 204. 204. We are going to be quizzing over these two sections for 1 and for 2. So we need to be sure we are all on the same page, literally, figuratively, all that. Okay? It's a pretty short quiz, but you do need to understand slope, that it's a rate. I would say tomorrow's Wednesday. I would say Thursday. So we're going to review tomorrow, quiz on Thursday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Wednesday. Yep. All right, so give these a go. Tomorrow we're gonna go over. Be sure we have 4-1 and 4-2 practice done and review those things so that you're ready for the quiz on Thursday. Okay? Quiz on Thursday.
Yeah, you spread word.